All right, guys, today we got lower body strength. We're gonna actually get some load on us, focus on movement patterning. But what we're gonna do first, as we always do, is we're gonna mobilize, stabilize, activate, and potentiate.
It's us.
There are two types of people inside of this world: those who are flexible and those who are mobile. Those who are flexible do things like yoga, engage in passive stretching. Passive stretching allows you access. But people who are mobile engage in stretching under load, where mobility, stretching under load, allows you utilization of your newfound access, right? Your body and your muscles are only going to adapt to what it needs to use, right? So when you tell your nervous system, hey, I need to get into a certain range of motion, you don't force yourself into it. You go under load. You are under load, and then you go under load to allow your muscles, joints, tendons to adapt. Right? Think of it like a computer. The software, which is just static stretching where you're holding, is your access point. The software allows you to actually be able to use the computer, passwords, all of that good stuff. But your loaded mobility is when you download a program that is compatible with that operating system. You ever see when you download something, it says you need Windows 11 or this Mac iOS, whatever that is what you need. And that's what loaded mobility does. Loaded mobility takes the newfound range of motion and it stores it inside of your nervous system. So that the next time that you're actually going to do a squat or a bench press or whatever it is, whatever joints you're mobilizing, whatever tissues you're mobilizing, it allows you to actually access those. So we're going through our mobilization, stabilization, and activation phase right now. And before we actually start our exercises, we want to gain access and then be able to use it throughout our main set. You need this? This right here. This right here is one of my new favorite exercises. Really help out. Get some hip and lat mobility. Working the cross lateral sling or cross body sling posterior chain. And what I'm doing is getting a good deep stretch on the glute, piriformis, glute med. And then as I come up, I'm actually driving my knee through the bench to help me actually get the glute activated, if you will, right? Give you a form of almost like PNF stretching with resistance. So we get a little bit of a stretch under load, and then we resist that load, and then we let that stretch come back down a little bit more. Some of the best ways to actually make sure that you're actually doing the right thing when you are working out is to test resets, right? So you do any type of corrective, test where you are, test your range of motion, and then do the corrective. And since we are in the power phase, after I'm done with my mobilization, stabilization, activation, I do still like to potentiate just a little bit, right, before strength phase or strength day, because what I'm doing is get the nervous system ready to press, right? So we just got our access. We just told our body we want to utilize that access, that range of motion. Now I'm gonna tell the muscles that I need you to fire, and I need you to fire fast. I need you to fire strong, right? So get them all in one spot, taking advantage of every muscle fiber by way of recruitment. And then once we're done, we'll go over and get into our sets. We'll do some pogos, stationary pogos, line jumps. Again, just turning on the nervous system, getting the brain ready to fire. So we hit our ready, set, and then we're gonna go 6 seconds. Boom. 6 seconds. Get the feet up off the ground, fast feet. We go 6 seconds side to side. Fast feet. Both sides. Then we're done. Usually I'll add some ball slams in here. Some jumps. But for the sake of strength day today, bilateral strength day, I'm only gonna be hitting 70-75% anyway. I wanna just do enough to turn my body on, right? Trying to get those fast feet back, man. It's crazy. Feels slow moving around with my soccer players. All right, let's go lift. All right, first set is gonna be the pit shark. We love the pit shark. Allows us to get some load on our body, on our legs, without loading up our spine. So we're gonna start out with a little bit of a warm-up set. Focus on coming down eccentric. Now, you can use eccentrics in any phase, really. But I like to start out every phase because what it allows me to do is help me get like our loaded mobility. Helps me still move through the range of motion, but get a little bit, get stronger in each range of motion as we go down. So the eccentric phase, we're gonna build our motor control, our patterning of the movement. We're gonna build strength and the tendons and ligaments, muscles, all of that good stuff while we are in each of those ranges of motions. And yes, it does have some time under tension and some hypertrophy effects to it. So we're gonna hit 3 sets of these of 8. Focuses on eccentric, maybe about 2 seconds down. And then on the way back up, we're gonna focus on exploding, right? I won't go any more than 5 plates today. I'm gonna do 3 sets of these. So I'm gonna go 1 set here with 4 plates and then 1 set with the 5 plates. See how I feel. Want to leave 3 in the tank, right? Going about 70%. So I'm gonna leave 3 in the tank for every single rep. So every set, and I should be able to get that with about 5 or 6 plates on each side. All right, first set, I'm gonna speed it up, but just know I'm still doing the eccentrics. Focusing on getting to that minimum parallel and then exploding out. All right, watch this, speed up. All right, maybe I lied. Maybe I'm gonna stay right there, 4 plates. I don't have what I wanted this morning. So I'm gonna see how 4 plates feels on the next set and then come back and see if I wanna do 5. All right, I'm staying with this weight for set number 2. I'm gonna see how it feels. I had 3, maybe 4 in the last set, but didn't feel like if I were to go 5, I would have that same 3 or 4 left. So staying here. Auto regulation, right? That actually felt better. I've been historically known to warm up or get better as I'm going in throughout my sets. I'm not gonna go 5 plates. I'll go 4 1/4 and then go. Reason why I'm running off camera, because I'm going to superset with some calves and I'm not recording me do calf raises. Who does that? It's so crazy to watch people actually work out in the gym. You see a lot of people working hard. You see a lot of people doing nothing. You come into the gym, man, I talk about it all the time. You gotta have a plan. You gotta be ready to go. Not only do you have to have a plan, but you gotta be focused. You gotta be ready to move, right? You have your people that you talk to, have your people that you want to chop it up with in the gym, but we all here to work. We all here to get better. This is some people's social time, I get that. You know, this is where I get my most social time too. But at the end of the day, you gotta be ready to work. Social time in between sets or before and after the workout, but not too much. More people are working their jaw than they are working their body. And as I say that, I got one of my homies coming up to me right now. Nope, never mind. Took a left turn. That was good. All right, last set. Last set, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep 3 in the tank, be explosive with each one, and be good. Remember, we're not doing this for range of motion necessarily. It's going to be added benefit, but we are looking to be explosive out of the bottom, out of the hole, right? I'm not holding on to I'm not using the handles for leverage to pull me up. I'm just using them as balance so that I can stay straight up and down, right? I want the focus to be on the load, not on balance right now. And you'll learn that as you get through working out with me. There's different situations, different goals that you use to adapt to certain stresses and scenarios, right? So sometimes you'll use one exercise, sometimes you'll use one grip, sometimes you'll use something else, but it's all based on what we're trying to do at the end of the day. And right here, we're just trying to get a little stronger with some power, not really focusing on true squat form. All right, there we go. I only had about 2 left in the tank, so good I didn't go up to 5 plates. I would have overshot it for today. So now we're gonna go to the next, get some accessories. Here I am talking shit about people coming over to talk, or people talking and running their mouth in the gym. And I had 2 people stop me on my way over to my machine and got it taken before I could get there. So now I gotta adjust. But it's all right, it's all good. Gonna hit some glutes, load it. Here. All right, we're gonna hit 3 sets of these. Let's do some calf raises, get some core, and then we're done. Almost forgot I had some conditioning to get done. So then come on, get the bike, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off.